So in this week's tutorial we are going to make a waffle stitch blanket. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make a slip knot. So we're going to wrap the yarn around our finger clockwise, and then we're going to hold it over there. We're going to take our hook, we're going to go under the first bit, we're going to pull this second bit through but not all the way. We're going to pull this loop off of our finger just like that, and that is our slip knot. And now what we need to do is, last night I said to chain 146, but I've decided I'm going to do 150, what was it, 155. So to chain, what you do is you wrap and pull, wrap and pull, wrap and pull. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. I'm going to stop there. If you wanted to do a bigger blanket, you would just need a multiple of 3 and then 2 extra chains. So if you wanted to do, someone did a double bed size and they did 300 chains, so they would do 300 and then they would do 2 extra. Okay, so 61, 62, 63, 64, 54, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and that is where we're going to stop. So we now have 155 chains. And now what we're going to do, in the third chain from the hook, so that's our first chain, that's our second chain, this is our third chain, we are going to do a double crochet. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap and poke, wrap and pull, and then we're going to wrap and pull through 2, wrap and pull through 2, and we're going to do that all the way along. So in every single stitch, in every single chain, we're going to have a double crochet. So remember, wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, wrap and poke, come on, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Now I use US terms, so this is a US double. Okay, so wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. So I'm going to show you one more time. We're going to wrap and poke, we're going to wrap and pull, we're going to wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, and then I'm just going to zoom along now, but you can pause and restart the video whenever you feel necessary. Okay, so this pattern is a 2-row repeat, so this is not a row that you repeat, but after this, row 2 and row 3 you will just repeat. Okay, so it's nice and easy pattern once you've got the basics. I'm using the mandala ombre because I think it feels absolutely gorgeous, and I'm using the colour Cool. I'm also using a tulip Murasaki hook in a 5mm, which is the recommended hook size for this yarn because it's an Aran. Well, I'm going to stop there until I get to the end. No, sorry, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop recording until I get to the end, and then I will show you what to do when you get to the end of this row. Okay, so we're almost at the end. Couple more doubles to go. Oopsie. There we go, that's our last double. So now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to tighten that bit. We're going to chain 2. So remember, to chain, you just wrap and pull, and then we're going to turn our work. Now in the first stitch, this does not count as a stitch. In some patterns it does, but in this one it doesn't. So in the first stitch, what we're going to do is just a double crochet. Okay, so to do a double, we wrap and poke, wrap and pull, then wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. Now this is where it's ever so slightly different. Okay, we are going to do a front post double. Now normally when we do a double, we go through the stitch here, but to do a front post, we're going to double in the same way. So we're going to wrap, but we're going to go in front of our work, and this post, this is called a post, is going to be in front of our hook, and we're going to wrap and pull, and then we're going to wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. So that is our front post double. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 more doubles. So remember to wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, and you can do 1 more of those. So wrap and poke, wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, and then we are going to do another front post. So remember, we're not going through the stitch, we're going in front of our work, and in this post is going to be in front of our hook. Then you're going to wrap and pull, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, and then we've got 2 more doubles, and this is the pattern all the way along. Okay, so it's, I'll tell you in a second, sorry. It's a front post double, so we go in front of our work, the post is in front of the hook, and then we do 2 normal double crochets. So we're going to go through the stitch for the next bit. Okay, so we've got 1 front post, 2 doubles, 1 front post and 2 doubles, and it's like this all the way along, except when we get to the end. So I'm going to skip to the end bit, and then I will show you what to do as well. So remember, front post, double crochet, and then 2 doubles. Front post double, that one didn't go through, sorry, I'm going to do that one again. So it's front post double, and then it's 2 doubles. So that's 1 and 2. We're going to do that all the way to the end except the last 2 stitches, but I will show you what to do, and you should have something that looks a little bit like that. Okay, and so I'm nearly at the end of this row. This is row 2, and I'm just doing my front post. Then we've got 2 more back post, no, not back post, sorry, 2 more normal doubles. And then we've got a front post, come on sausage, and then we have got a normal, and this is going to go into that chain there. Don't know if you just saw that, sorry about that. So now what you should have should look like this. So you've got like a little indent, and then a light ridge, and then an indent, and then a ridge. And now what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2. This is for row 3. We are going to turn, and we're going to do a double crochet into the first 2 stitches. So that's this one and this one. So there's 1 and there's 2, and then we're going to do 2 front post doubles now. So we're going to do a front post double round here. So that's 1. Remember, a front post double is you go in front of your work and the post is in front of your hook, so not the stitch, the post. And then we're going to do another front post double, and then the next stitch is just a double crochet. So rather than on the last row where you did 2 doubles and a front post, this time you're going to do 2 front posts and 1 double, okay? So next we're going to do 2 front posts. And then we're going to do 1 double. And 2 front posts. And then we're going to do 1 double in there. And then we've got 2 front posts. And then 1 double. And it just carries on like this all the way along, okay? So I am going to stop recording and I will start again just before I get to the end, okay? Remember though, this pattern is a 2-row repeat, so the row we've just done and this one makes up the whole of the pattern. Front post, front post, and then we've got a double here, and the last stitch of the row, which is this one, is also a double. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 and turn, and this is what we're going to do on every other row. We're going to chain 2, we're going to turn, and then we are going to do a double crochet into this stitch, and then we're going to do a front post double on this one, followed by 2 doubles. Oh, sorry, went out of camera again. Followed by a front post. That's what this row is, okay? So front post followed by 2 doubles. All the way along. So then you've got another front post. You can see the waffle pattern starting to really come in now. 2 doubles. And another front post. And 2 more doubles. A front post. And 2 doubles. And what I will do is I will show you what to do when we get to the end of this row, okay? So I'm almost at the end and then I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I've got 2 doubles, 1, 2, and then we've got a front post double, and this should be in the second to last stitch, which it is, and then in the last stitch on every row 2 we have just got an ordinary double that goes in there. And then what we're going to do on at the end of every row 2, we're going to chain 2 and then we're going to turn. And then we are going to double crochet into the first 2 stitches. So that's 1, 2. So 1 at the start of every row 3, we are going to double crochet into the first 2 stitches. And then we are going to do a front post double around the next 2 stitches. And then double crochet in the next. And I will show you how to finish every row 3, but then it's just a case of repeating row 2, row 3, row 2, row 3, okay? So at the moment we're just putting front post double around 2 stitches, and then we've got a double, followed by a 2 front post doubles, and then another double. And you're going to do that all the way along, okay? And then I'll show you how to end every row 3. And what I'm about to show you, you do at the end of every single row 3, okay? 2 more front posts, sorry. Then we've got a double. And then you've got 2 more front posts. And then you've got your normal double, but we've also got one more double here. So at the end of this row, at the end of every row 3, we have an extra double. And now at the start of every row 2, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn. And then we are going to have a double crochet into the first stitch, one front post, and then we're going to follow it with 2 doubles. So 1, 2, and then we're going to have another front post. And basically the waffle blanket is just the repeat of row 2 and row 3. If you need more help, just go back to the start of row 2 and then the start of row 3, and that will help you. But yeah, that's how we do a waffle blanket. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. It's gorgeous.